I turn it off? What's good? What's good, everybody? Um, this is a different one, different kind of video. I know I usually get on here and talk about energy and breathing and cryptocurrency and making money and investing and silver, trading, all of that good stuff. But today I just want to have like a conversation about what's going on. Like when it comes to the so-called black man and so-called black woman. You feel me? Like not necessarily on an individual level, but as a collective. You feel me? Like a certain narrative. I'm pretty sure we all are seeing it being pushed, and I'm just like, I'm wondering when people gonna wake up. So, backstory. First off, I can't stand. I never say hate because I don't think anybody should use the word hate. I don't think people really get what that frequency is. But I can't stand the 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 fake black word. You feel me? Just like the same fake white word. You feel me? Like people think they crayons, and I learned this when I was probably in middle school. But I thought about it since I like elementary school, preschool. Like I never understood of why people identified as colors that didn't match their pigmentation. Like it didn't make sense. And then when you start to go into other different nationalities or different ethnic groups or so-called races, um, you don't see it. You don't see the terminology. And I know a lot of people are like indoctrinated. They don't really have like a background on how words and how things came to be. Like the origin, etymology. They don't understand a lot of stuff with treaties. They don't understand the real history, or you feel me, the real timelines, the real what actually happened. People really only think about what it is that they have been taught, and they take it for face value, but it don't really work like that at all. And a lot of these words and terms that we use, they don't mean what we think that they mean. And the reason why I say this is important, the reason why I bring this up is because shout out to Taj Tariq Bey, really, really, really good teacher breaking down etymology. And I remember listening to him. I was probably around like 19 or 18. So this was maybe around like 2007, 2000, yeah, like 2007, 2006, probably a little younger. And I was just listening to him talk, and he was breaking down all these words that I always, wondered about myself, like things like, like the black and the white and citizen and sovereign, and the differences in signatures, the straw man, the all capital letters, and he started breaking down things in a way to where it really painted a picture of what exactly is going on, but people don't know what exactly is going on. Like we all know we're not crayons, you get what I mean? But people really look at their skin complexion and be like, it's black. No, that's not black. This is black. This is jet black. This is black. You get what I mean? We learn it when we are um, children in elementary school, preschool, but we forget that information when we become adults and we make associations that doesn't really make sense. Now, relevancy, bringing it full circle. The reason why the whole color thing is like the biggest issue to me is because of what it actually means, like in etymology. A lot of people also don't know that English is a backwards language. Does not mean what a lot of time when we speak, it doesn't mean what we think it means, especially when it's translated. That's why a lot of words is always different if you write it in Spanish or in Chinese, or if you're writing it in Arabic, or a lot of different languages. When it's getting to writing it, it's different. It's different. So people assume that what they saying is actually what they're saying, and then on top of, we not knowing the origins, a lot of times we change the definitions based on how we feel. The difference between denotative and connotative, like, so it's like you saying something as it is exactly what it is when it was presented and created versus you saying something based on how you feel about it. It's not the same thing. And how we feel about words and what they actually mean is not the same thing. What they actually mean may actually hold that vibration of what the definition is. You feel me? And I don't think a lot of us take that into consideration when it comes to playing the game out here. Now, the reason I'm saying this, going back full circle, I've been seeing a lot of the same narrative, and it's been there for a long time. But the specific narrative of men versus women, specifically amongst, you feel me, so-called like black people. And I'm like, it's crazy because the narratives are so strong, and some people haven't even had the experiences that they push. And I honestly believe it gotta be psyops. Like, we know about COINTELPRO, we know the kind of things that they've been doing in our communities for generations and years. Like, it all plays a part. They just upgrade. They never stop doing what they've been doing. They just switch the way that they did it. So now, for the last decade and a half, they've been playing around with social media and sparking certain type of psychological debates or issues, you feel me, that creates boundaries and barriers, for, like, it just make uncomfortable space online, you get what I mean. And people may feel a certain type of way when they be offline in the real world, but they still is seeing a certain narrative online being pushed. And I just, I'm just like, man, is it bites or is it people? you know, like, I know this is random. This is a random conversation, but I'm just curious. You feel me? I'm just curious. Um, I I think that people really need to study uh, true history, like, things in a etymology. You know, like, find out what it was when it was first presented and it was first created. Like, see what the word was intended for. What did it come from? You get what I mean? And see if it still lines up with what it is right now, you know? But a lot of times I think that is not happening and people will get confused because it's not happening. You get what I mean? Like, yeah, I don't know, man. I think people really just need to, like, don't question everything, man. Just question everything. That's all you got to do. Like, that's the biggest way to see, like why things are why they are, is just to question it. Literally question it. Ask the question. Then, you feel me, like, search for the answer. You feel me? Search deeply. You feel me? Then cross-examine that answer. And then, you feel me, do use references, resources. You feel me? Look for similarities. Look for lines. Look for the connections, the things, the linear connections that be like here, here, and here. Like, for example, random, but we've all heard the tale of the Titanic, and we all heard the tale of how those people who happened to be on the Titanic was those who were putting a block on those who initiated the Federal Reserve in 1913. The Titanic happened, what, I think it was 1907, 19 between 1907 1910, one of those, something like that, around that period. But you get what I'm saying? Like, fast forward down the road, I think people just need to do more due diligence for their research and for the things. Like, don't just believe what people is saying. Like, even me, like, don't believe anything that I'm saying. Go do your own research. Like, really, really do research. Don't trust Google, like, as a search engine. We know that's, like, get outside of that. Yeah. Use something that's more uncensored, DuckDuckGo, or you feel me, Brave. Use something different, but really get them answers. Get to the books. Get to, you feel me, the old the old information, old books. Old books are great, man. If you got some books uh, before 1930, early 1900s, early 18 and older, the older the better, because it's telling you what it is, you know. But when you got all these new books, it's a lot of uh, unless it just came from a trusted source, and I mean, like, to me, the best trusted source is self, you know. If it comes from in here, that's the best trusted source. Outside of that, then, yeah, I don't know, it's questionable. You feel me? But when it comes from in here, it's your own experience. You know what you went through. You know what I mean? You know what you experienced. you know? So it's like that seems to be something that's credible. And yes, people do have different experiences, but you could trust your experience because you went through it. You feel me? And when you consistently go through it, you learn from it. Then you're able to adjust. You're able to see what it is and what it ain't. But a lot of people out here, they don't have experience. Full circle again, like a lot of people, I don't know if it's just online or, you feel me, it's just like really what they actually experiencing outside, like they dating these people and they're coming across these issues, you feel me, and then they go online and they talk about the issues that, you feel me, they actually really legitly experience, and they telling it as is. And that is a story in itself, because we all tell things from our own personal point of view. We is many sides to the truth. So it's like, I think that's important. I think that's very, very, very important. I think we need to, you know just, yeah, question everything, question everything, question everything, man, question everything, and get to the truth on it, and then have experiences. Have actually, like, experiences, you feel me, that'll tell you if something is what it is. Because, man, I ain't gonna lie, like, most of the so-called black women I know, man, they bomb, they fire. I rarely have any issues, but it's just women in general. Like, I rarely have any issues with women, like, for real, for real. Like, the issues I've have had is issues that, usually was younger, and it was like, either it was some he say she say, or it was something to where it was like, I could have did something a little bit better. You feel me? Never nothing like physical, or nothing like that. You feel me? But as far as, like, words, or, you feel me, feelings being hurt, probably could have been a little bit better. But that goes both ways too. Other than that, it's great. Now, dudes, I probably done had more issues with dudes than I had, like, that's good. Niggas is difficult. You feel me? And when I say that, I mean men in general. You feel me? Men in general. we we are the issue. I will say that we are. You feel me? But that's what make us. You feel me? Like, that's just, it's part of the duty of why you're here. You're here to spark shit up. It's your testosterone. But don't be out of harmony, and don't be. You got to be in control of that. You got to be in control. You know. You got to be in control. You got to be in self control. You got to be better. You got to aim to being better. You feel me? You got to work to be better always. I think this is quite funny because everybody is is has a balance of both. You got male energy, you have feminine energy in you. So you got balance. You got to balance it, because that just is what it is. Male is electric, feminine is magnetic. Male white, feminine black. Is male the light, you feel me? Feminine is the darkness, the void, the womb. You feel me? It just, that's the is what it is, you know. And you have it in you because you are here. You are in this vessel. You are incarnated. You get what I'm saying? So you got those energies in you because that's the way it goes. Polarity, duality in many ways. The push, the pull. So, but yeah, man. I don't know. I just seen that, and I'm just like, man, you feel me? Uh, should I keep it a buck? What I really, really feel. I know once I say this, I can't. It can't be unsaid, but I'm gonna say it anyway. I think that the program that men have been given, women been given too, has been so off for the last couple of hundred to thousand years. And I'm gonna keep saying that forever. The program that we have been given as a collective, it doesn't matter what part of the planet you on, you feel me? 9 times out of 10, if you was born in the general mass population, you've probably been given a general basic bad program, and that program is probably not what the game actually is on multiple levels. You feel me? You feel me? Whether it's the religious program, all kinds of different religions. Yes, they have pieces that are valuable. They have pieces and information that is true, but a lot of it is misleading. It's misleading and it's mixed up. It's backwards. It's in reverse. It's upside down. It's, you feel me? Then they put a little bit of lies in it, and then they give you that and say, "Here, take it." And then I know if you ever played the telephone game or Chinese whispers in Australia, you feel me? A message that you give to somebody else and you tell them to pass it on to another person, and then you tell them to pass it on, and so on and so on. You do that a couple of times, the message might not be the same. And that's the same thing with information and history that's passed on. You feel me? Like these events, they edit it. You get what I'm saying? And we get a version that's been perverted that is not necessarily what actually happened. So, with that being said, we got to be better with how we moving. You feel me? Because we'll be out here moving goofy. You don't want to be moving goofy. Don't be moving goofy. Most people moving goofy. Like, and I say that on a general. You feel me? Like they look at people and they make assumptions just based on, you feel me, the limited information that they have. That they were given, uh, and not their own experience. You need your own experiences. You feel me? Don't be goofy. Don't be goofy. It's a lot of goofy people out here. You know. Um, but yeah, man. Yeah, man. I think it starts with us. What the men do? Well, I don't know. I guess at this point where it's such a division between men and women right now. I don't even know if it is. Let me see if I could. I'm gonna actually let these messages be back on, because I didn't want that to be. Boom. Hang on. Nope. Boom. Okay. Yeah. All right. Message is back on. But yeah, I just wanted to say that, man. Men need women. We need women more than they need us, for sure, for sure. But women need us. They need us too. Probably not all of us, but uh, the ones that they do need, oh yeah, they for sure need us. And it's not even a money thing. That's what's really, really crazy. Like, and it's like everything that we do, you gotta question. That's what I'm saying. You gotta question everything, man. You really gotta question everything, because everything that they giving you, they use it against you. You feel me? They use it against us. Like now, the relationship dynamics are where it's like the men don't really, you feel me, like they don't really give enough to the women, and the women don't really, you feel me, like appreciate or value the men and what they do give. You get what I'm saying? But it's all by design, because the women was given a program of what they're supposed to request and require and what they think that they want from the men, while the men was given a similar program based on what they think they want and require and what they looking for in women. Both programs are false. False as fuck. That's why everything is a mess out here. That's why everything is in shambles. You feel me? Because is false as fuck. You feel me? And the cold part about it is the program was based off a little bit of truth. They based it off your biology. You feel me? They based it off our psychology. You know, they based it off on how we really do operate. You get what I'm saying? But they tweaked it. They tweaked it, they perverted it, and then they made it in a way to where it causes more division and, you feel me, discord among us. You feel me? We ain't in harmony no more. They put it in the music, they put it in the trends, they put it in the lingo and the cultures. All we do is disrespect each other. You feel me? We disrespect each other and say we showing love. Oh my. And then when it's time to show love, man, we just ignore it. You get what I'm saying? Like it shouldn't be like that. And I'm not talking about, you feel me, the people who you rock with. I'm saying as a collective, as a whole, as a, you feel me, like, man, I don't even want to just say community, you feel me? Because it should be community. It should be community. But even amongst our own, we do not operate like that. We do not operate right now how we used to operate in the 60s. We do not operate like that. You feel me? Like we've been off as fuck. And again, I know Uncle Sam is to blame. I know Uncle Sam is the reason for it. You feel me? I already know. But we got to be accountable and we got to, you feel me, think about our own actions, the things that we played a part in too. Even though we know Uncle Sam got a major hand. And it goes beyond just Uncle Sam. You feel me? It's a lot of uncles, you feel me, that's out of pocket. Some aunties too. But you feel me, they out of pocket, and they playing this game and they got people, you feel me, like really, really, really off. But it really started heavy in the 60s. Started heavy in the 60s. And the people who in the 60s, they knew. Hell, like, you feel me, MLK. Like, everybody talk about the I have a dream speech, you feel me, that's the highlight. But that speech that got him X though, yeah, that was the speech. The speech where MLK was talking about, hey man, we need that check. And that was a different kind of speech. You feel me? That's different. Malcolm X, see what happened with him, Panthers, like that period, you feel me? It just changed everything. It never became a nothing like that, and they just they didn't just target those specific groups, you feel me, and dismember them, and you feel me, corrupt them and corrode them, and stop them from doing what they was doing. But they also went to the environment and started to poison the environment so it wouldn't happen again, so it wouldn't grow. You feel me? For sure in Oakland. Oh man, I know I'm in the Bay. You feel me? I know, you know. But even Detroit too. Shout out to Detroit. That's the family. That's where I'm from. You know. But it's it's just different, and it's every major city. They did things in a different kind of way to us and have us divided. But it all has to do with how we treat each other. It all has to do with our value system. Oh yeah, you for sure flip flop. I'm sorry, somebody just said something hella out of pocket. I don't know who this person is. Yeah, I don't play those kind of games, sir. Let me block your weird ass. Do 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 do. You blocked. Block party. Yeah, I don't do that shit. I ain't. That's my point. And I know. And I get, you feel me, the troll game. You feel me, because again, when you start to, talk about real stuff, that's when the trolls come. They don't want you talked about it. But nah, I'm cool. I'm gonna talk about it, and then just get to blocking haters, cause that's what you gotta do. But yeah, man, we need to get back to treating each other better. And if people on weird time, bro, block their ass. Get away from them. Block them. You know. Other than that, you feel me? Man, live your life, man. Live your life, bro. You gotta live your life. Live your life. Live your life, man. Be kind to people. You feel me? Treat them nicely, especially your family. and especially your seeds, especially you feel me, your partners. You feel me? You got a woman, you got women. Hey, treat them nice. treat them. Apologies. Don't treat them nice, cause that's foolish. Man, treat them amazingly. Treat them wonderful. Treat them. You feel me? Like man, like gold. Like the most expensive thing. You feel me? You ever had. Cause that's really what love is for real. You know. But don't be goofy though. Don't be taken advantage of. Make sure you got your boundaries and extend that love to yourself too. You know, yeah, I think everybody should do that. You feel me? yeah, man. But I just wanted to come on here and say that real quick. I know I went everywhere this conversation. Yeah, I'm trying to get on here a lot more, man. Chop it up with y'all. You feel me? Start speaking on some of these things. But man, yeah. Whew. All right, y'all. I'm gonna catch y'all. Y'all be smooth. Enjoy y'all day. Peace, love, and fortune. Great fortune. Boop.